This is TNT News.
From every corner in Ladywood, we're bringing you the latest news.
This is Tonight in Ladywood.
Hello and welcome to Tonight in Ladywood. I'm Hannah Rowley.
And I'm Alex Pawlowski. First tonight, council cutbacks always seem to be in the news. You'd expect them to affect adults, but as this report shows, the cuts have also been affecting youngsters.
Thank you, Alex. Youngsters have been used to going to centres like Ladywood Community Centre, and the clubs were well used, but now services are being cut. The council needs to save over 200 million. It is thought that 2,450 jobs could go. Some of them are jobs that could make a difference to people in the community. It's feared that E.R. Mason Centre will be the main place for people like us to use, but we think that most people in central Ladywood won't travel there, especially on dark nights. This means children could end up hanging around the streets, and it might cause antisocial behaviour that would cost money to put right. Don't forget, just because there are a group of kids hanging around, it doesn't mean they're out to cause trouble. Some kids are finding there are other things to do, like the Sea Cadets of T S Vernon at Edgbaston Reservoir.
This is Petty Officer Craig Gurley.
What does TSV Vernon do?
TSV Vernon basically is a youth organisation, okay? We work with children aged between 10 and 18 years old, gaining personal development skills, including canoeing, sailing, windsurfing, drill, okay, with weapons and with that. Bit of band and obviously basic seamanship skills. TS Vernon was actually set up in 1947 here at Edgbaston Reservoir. It was then only for boys aged between the ages of 12 and 18 years of age. It has gone on to having females join the unit, also having female members of staff join the unit as well.
Sport for Life is also attracting new members to the club that it runs.
We are providing sporting opportunities for youngsters in the Ladywood area. Predominantly 8 to 18, and here we are today. We've actually got some funding from Sport Unlimited to carry on some of the sessions we've been running previously. Basically, we run sessions on a Tuesday and a Friday, one at Summerfield Park and one at St Mark's Crescent. On average 30 youngsters a session, so it's going really well.
A new club is held at Ladywood Fire Station, where St John's Ambulance have just started a cadet unit.
Blood's gone everywhere.
We've started a new cadet group here at Ladywood Fire Station. We meet every Monday from 6:30 until 8 o'clock, and we'd like as many 10 to 16-year-olds as possible to come along. They can learn some first aid, and there's loads of different games and stuff that we do, and you could learn the new skills that might save you a life.
Also, police are helping with clubs called Safe Haven. This one runs a club at the Church of the Redeemer.
It's a police-led youth club. The Birmingham South West Group, which is a residents' association, is our other partner. The Church of the Redeemer, who kindly lets us have the church every Thursday, where our people come for a drop-in. So, you know, it's a real partnership really. We couldn't do it without them, they couldn't do it without us.
It seems to me like the council has a lot of thinking to do. Now don't forget, our parents will be voting in May. Also, we are the future voters. Now here's another future voter, Hannah, with more news.
Before we continue, here's some breaking news. A gorilla has been spotted on the loose around Ladywood. Cameron has the details.
It is true, a gorilla has been spotted moments ago in Ladywood. This is some footage we took not long ago. This is not an April Fool. I've just captured a dramatic film of Prince Kong, King Kong's son. It was thought he was going to Ape Hill, but it is Ape apparently heading for the Jewellery Quarter. It is making a monkey of people who are trying to follow it, and our cameraman is going ape. Since we filmed that footage, the gorilla is now in an enclosure. It turns out he's not very vicious at all.
Well, actually, in case you hadn't heard, there was a statue of King Kong in Birmingham in 1972.
The King Kong statue was displayed in the ballroom for 6 months in 1972. Many people admired it. Many disliked it. It was removed by the council and ended up at a car showroom, went to Edinburgh and finally to Penrith.
TNT has this exclusive film of the statue which now lies in the back of the old cattle market in Penrith. The statue deserves a better sight than this. Andy Munro of the Jewellery Quarter would like to see it back in Birmingham.
Our reporter Heather is at the Jewellery Quarter, which is where the statue may end up. So, is it okay if KK ends up in the JQ?
Stop monkeying around. This is serious. Now, Shazadi is with Andy Munro.
What do you really want to happen here in Jewellery Quarter?
Well, I'd love to see King Kong brought back to Birmingham, which is where he belongs, and put on the top of this building so you could see him for miles around.
And how much would this cost?
Well, the price could be, I don't know, I could guess and say about £40,000.
£40,000? Don't you think that's a lot of money?
What I'd like to think is that the lady will think that as long as we mention her firm, that maybe she'll loan it back to Birmingham, because that's where it really belongs. It would be such a draw for visitors and tourists, it would soon pay back all the money invested in it.
I think it's quite an innovative idea. I'm not sure how well it'll be accepted, but I think it's an innovative idea. It'll certainly be a major attraction.
What relevance would a gorilla have with the Jewellery Quarter and the jewellery?
I don't like it. It looks awful. I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, where I'm from in Manchester at Christmas, they have a big Santa Claus climbing, a big bloke Santa Claus climbing at the town hall, like a bit like King Kong, and that always attracts a lot of people.
I mean, for Halloween it might look good.
Yes.
Clearly, it's not to everybody's taste, but you know.
I mean, the ball in the ball ring attracts people into the centre of it, so you can only do good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
These ladies behind the counter agree, but don't want to be on camera.
It remains to be seen if we get King Kong or not, but we'll still keep you updated. Now, back to the studio.
Now let's take a look at what our neighbours are doing at the fire station. A new vehicle has been introduced that's not your traditional fire engine. When you see a fire appliance, you usually see one of these, but in Ladywood you're also likely to see this. This is the new state-of-the-art vehicle which responds to automatic fire alarms. These go off in shops, offices and factories and generally don't result in a fire. Sending this vehicle saves money and time. Alex went to find out all about it.
If you dial 999, you'll always get a fire engine. But if you're on premises with an automatic fire alarm, on commercial premises for instance, then you can expect to get not one of these, but this one, because it's the only one of its kind in the West Midlands and it's located here in Ladywood. And here to tell us all about it is Stuart. Can you explain what the AFA project is and what you do?
It's a project that's been set up by the West Midlands Fire Service to try and reduce the amount of unwanted fire signals, which are automatic fire alarms that are evacuated that haven't directly been a cause of a fire.
The idea is fire engines aren't sent to every alarm that goes off. Last year, over 10,000 calls were AFAs, only 2% of them were actual fires. So far, this vehicle has been used on 79 call-outs. One of the calls was to the Children's Hospital. Can you tell us about this?
Yes, when we went to the Children's Hospital, we established that it was a false alarm equipment. Because of our interactions with the hospital, it means that the fire engines at Ladywood Fire Station were available to respond to a real emergency, which is what they did at that exact time when we were at the hospital. If it wasn't for our interventions in the AFA project, then these two appliances would have been tied up at the hospital and the response from the fire service would have to come from a neighbouring station.
So say if you was out and about, how would you receive a call?
Okay Alex, so the equipment that we carry, we've got a pager, we have a mobile phone, we've also got a thing called a Sanjay, which is a radio. Also, we've got a TomTom, which has got a mobile data terminal incorporated within the piece of equipment, which will basically give us all the information we require when responding to an incident.
New message. Message received. Control has changed your status to mobilization pending. WMFSSED.
Some people might think that this is just a money-saving exercise because of the cutbacks.
The real reason behind the project is to try and reduce the unwanted fire signals within the West Midlands Fire Service. I'm not going to say that our resources are limited, but our resources are valuable, and it's important that we get the correct response to the correct type of incident.
The AFA vehicle is on a 6-month trial. Early indications are that it will be a huge success.
Alex Pulowski, TNT News, Ladywood Fire Station.
With us now is the big boss, Ben Brooks, a station commander at the West Midlands Fire Service. So Ben, how's the project progressing?
Over the last 4 weeks up until the end of February, this has been a really exciting new project for West Midlands Fire Service, and it's been going really, really well.
How successful has it been?
The AFA vehicle has attended approximately 101 incidents. Out of those, 90% of them have been incidents where the businesses needed some fire safety advice and guidance. So our crews have been out to these premises and given this fire safety guidance, which has made the businesses safer and the business community in Ladywood safer.
That's great to hear. Thank you very much. And we'll have more on this at the end of the 6-month trial.
"70 years ago next month, the Ladywood area was at the centre of a major bombing raid when German bombers devastated the city centre.
The night of the 9th of April 1941 became known as the night that changed the face of Birmingham. This is where many high explosive bombs came down and killed 11 people. 2 youngsters at the time were Frank and Nancy, and this is what they remember.
In Camden Drive, I think it was a landmine more than a bomb, and it cleared Camden Drive out completely. It killed a lot of people there. And I think it was one of those things you went to the Threepenny Crush, then we come up and everybody said, shall we go up and see Camden Drive? And we went up and see people.
Well, there was like where the hill bit was. There was like a little garden area just in front, down to the road, and there were trees and that, and there was all clothes and everything stuff all up in the trees and all on the garden area.
And you can hear more about that tragic night on our website. And you can watch extended versions of most of our stories on our website.
Or you can ask for a full version of our programme on DVD.
That's it from us. Good night.
And thanks for watching.